I had the fucking damage gem in, man. I was wondering why I was doing like a lot of damage on some of the packs yesterday in keys. I was like, oh, I'm really weird about this.
Mortals. The Forsworn have cut a swath through most of our forces. Vanquish their rear guard while I confront Devos. Go in service.
Just did a couple keys, Metro. Okay. So the heads up. Oh yeah, fucking Stingwing. Forgot all about it. Not a good comp for Sanguine, that's for sure. Yeah, it really does feel a lot better. I'm sure the gem has helped a tremendous amount. Necrotic reduced shields also, however, does not affect Druid Tank Legendary, correct? This we know. Honestly, I think Necrotic is not even the hard part about this week. Sanguine is a fucking another trash to fix, man. It really is. It's kind of crazy. Like, look at how long this pack just took because of Sanguine. It had nothing even to do with Necrotic. Nothing at all. Just a really hard week, man. Where did that thing go? Underneath the guy. Anyway, a couple seconds into the pack my warrior and I already got a run. It just stacks up way too quick, man. It's just so silly. Just so bad. I don't know. Not good. It's I guess it's particularly noticeable now that you know, the tank changes have come in and stuff, but hey Ahmed, welcome, how you doing? But I don't know like what a key with 0 deaths would have to look like this week. I really don't. It would have to be like an insanely good group. Shit like this anyway. Even post nerf it's still too fast. Well, most mobs you fight are not lieutenant mobs or whatever, so the nerf does not do anything to that.
You were the paragon of loyalty, Devos. And yet all this time it was you.
This week is so miserable. Balanced druids are so good this week. They drop necrotic with trees and they remove ads with sanguine. That's true, yeah. Just did a very slow hauls, 0 deaths, so yeah. Very slow, what does that mean?
Do not interfere. You cannot hide.
Imagine sanguine depths with the OG sanguine, the 1 minute sanguine. I mean, that was basically Toldagor. Toldagor with sanguine was the least fun thing I've ever done in Mythic Plus, I think. Hey Ricardo, what's up, buddy? Theater is easy this week, is it? Cool. Haven't done it yet. Let's see if we don't get another disband Tuesday. Yeah, well, I don't think it'll be as bad, one or the other. I'm sure people are starting to get a little bit more familiar with what's... I mean, most of those disbands were just nonsense. Like, I was looking back at it, and it's like, these should not be disbands. That fucking warlock just rage quitting because he pulled a pack, that's not a disband. That guy's just a fucking idiot. This week is difficult as hell so far. Yep, difficult for everyone. The other side, Arnwield, made me not want to run it again. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I have the other side as my key, and I was just thinking about how bad it's got to be. Imagine if you don't have Soul Shaped Kite this week. Yeah. If I didn't have Soul Shape, I would have the Kyrian Vial, which would be way better. Soul Shape is nice, but it doesn't really... It's not as valuable as you think, because again, most of the times I would like to kite. Mobs are not kiteable. The hard packs are all the packs that can't be kited effectively.
Goes the animal. Claim your power, Maw Walkers.
Alright. Volcanic plumage.
None shall be spared.
Kyrian File only resets CD if you go out of combat. You can only use it maybe 5 times in a key. That's probably all I would need it for, to be honest. Between that and the standard kiting.
Fear the skies.
It would be a not that bad week if it's not necrotic.
Suffer my
Well, for me, obviously, yeah, no shit, but I think honestly, I think Sanguine is harder than. I think Sanguine is causing more problems for the groups than necrotic is. Just sucks for me. Which one do you think is the most ruthless of the Mossworn? Uther? The other necrotic week was Tyrannical, so the trash died a lot quicker. Yep, I agree. I think Tyrannical necrotic is the only thing that should ever exist, because, like, especially now that necrotic is, or Tyrannical is so easy, it balances things out. Like, that's one of the only affixes in the game that actually makes Tyrannical hard. Necrotic, you know? So I think that's where it should be. But fortified, like, trash is already very difficult, so not being able to actually tank it properly is very unfair. There's times when it seems like it's almost like so punishing that it's impossible to kill the pack efficiently. Pion not only removes stacks, it also makes you immune to them. Yeah, it's very good. I know this for sure. M, are you using Purifying Draft? It's a potion you pick up in Bastion, part of the treasures. I was told to remove bolstering. You mean necrotic? I'm not using anything that's not meant to be used, man. Not currently, at least. Speaking of. It's just still gonna snap, right? So nice. They always jump behind if they go to their back, right? Serious question: what is the value in having some weeks harder than others? Again, I was actually talking to Simon about this last night, but it's not intentional. Like, Blizzard is not trying to make weeks harder or easier. It's just what we have in the game, you know. Like, there's not much that is going to be able to be done about that. They try to balance it, but they can't just remove half the affixes. You know what I mean? Managed to complete any this week? We did get one yesterday, yeah, at the very end. By the way, they hotfixed the stamming buff abuse in Mythic Plus 2 days after the bug was exposed. This makes me think the Taz trinket is intended to work this way. It's probably, like I was saying a while ago, I think it's probably just not fixable. It's like coded this way, and it was like an unintended, like it was like an oversight, I think, you know. I don't, it's certainly not meant to work this way. Like, it's certainly not working properly, but it's probably the only way it can work, so I don't think it's going to be changing. I'd argue it is intentional. They purposely made fortified weeks way more difficult than tyrannical. Well, okay, besides that, I mean like actual fixes, not fortified and tyrannical. But they certainly did try to change the narrative on tyrannical. That I agree with 100%. But again, when they created, what I'm saying is that when they created these affixes, they were not like, oh, this is a good affix to make the dungeon more difficult. This is a good affix to make the dungeon easier. And they're not doing that, you know what I mean? That's not the way it's being designed. Nice gateway, yeah, that was useless.
Listen to reason, Devos. The Kyrian must stand united.
Not so long as you command them. The Forsworn will forge a new path for Bastion.
The good thing about this trinket is that it does actually work. Like, it's a very good trinket for this week. 100%. Do you know if there's a way to see how much enemy health was healed by Sanguine? Yep, it shows after the key. At least for me, I don't know. That double pull with the spear will be spicy. It's actually one of the easier pulls because we can guarantee that we won't get necrotic stacks. As long as people use the spear. On that tiger pack, you got to 30 stacks in like 5 seconds. Yeah, it was like, it's just, that's the problem with the affix. It's like so out of control, like how fast you get stacks at times. Okay, just AFK. Lightning hook. I will look into my damage meters. Yeah, it's there for sure. Should be healing done, I think, because that's where it shows up on mine. I don't know why, but it's probably just some feature. You also can't kite at a certain point because the stacks do damage themselves. The stacks don't do that much damage. I died there because I had the bleed and the stacks on me, so I couldn't be healed through the bleed. The stacks, I've actually had like 99 stacks and been perfectly fine. If you have 99 stacks with full health, you will not die. But, yeah, usually that's never going to happen. That only ever happened in the snake room in Sophralis. This guy gonna get the spear, or we're gonna have another one of these on our hands. Hey Metro, got any tips for Heroic Fate Scribe? Guildies kept running around like chickens. Yeah, there's a great weak war that you really are gonna need to get. He forgot too. Is he gonna freak out? Is he gonna lash out?
For eons,
Darkness is
we
mind
have been
command.
told
Oh
to
yeah.
purify ourselves.
What,
To
you're
let
playing a
go
warlock?
Of our memories, our identities, our loved ones, all in the name of service. What do we serve? An impotent arbiter, an oppressive law. Our sacrifices were made for nothing.
Should I jump off? Oh my god, man, this mob is so fucking annoying. I my interrupt, but that's a fine problem. Somebody else needs to interrupt now, good. This is your first key of the day, correct? Well, that kind of backfired. Okay, we really need to kill this mob. Like, this is the thing that sucks about this week. There's constantly one mob at 5% health, and it's changing how I'm playing the game, and that needs to not happen. It's already too difficult to fucking tank this week. I can't have, like, can't constantly think, okay, I need to move, I need to move, I need to move, and the mob never dies. That is just, I mean, there's nothing I could even get people to change about that. Like, they're just not aware that it's happening. And it's causing a lot of problems with both Sanguine and Necrotic. Sanguine is frustrating. Well, yeah, the Goliaths, but it's not even the Goliaths. It's all the other mobs. Like, people don't kill things properly. You only have a certain window to do certain things with these mobs that don't move. And when you got a mob at 5% health for 30 seconds, it's quite taxing mentally as a tank. God forbid Blizzard makes the fixes fun and engaging. They're definitely engaging, that's for sure. We really just talked about how engaging they were. Fun, the challenges part is meant to be fun, so. For me as a tank though, I feel like it's borderline unfair, not fun. The challenge is all lopsided. But I do think a lot of that is because I'm pugging. If I had a team that was 4 other people that actually cared about me playing well and doing my best, then it would be a lot easier. That's the complete opposite in pugs. What would be some other fixes you'd like to see? None. I don't really think about stuff like that. I feel like that's just setting yourself up for disappointment when you start. Oh, this is what I would like to see, and it never happens. Why bother, you know? Alright, so this pack won't be too bad. We got Rune Weapon coming up shortly here. March up as soon as we engage. Use AMZ or AMS early. I probably use AMZ too, yeah. Wouldn't hurt. Infernal Strike does a lot. So this mob's not kiteable, but we get lucky there. They should give Necrotic same treatment as Storming, completely nerf it to the ground. Should just remove it, honestly. Yeah, I don't really feel like it's working the way it was intended to work, honestly. There's just way too many mobs that can't be kited. Well, we're done with trash, effectively. That's all the hard stuff. Or make any mob that can be slowed not apply necrotic either.
This is
No,
where
they tried to do that. That's what the lieutenant change was, the 50% thing. But it still doesn't work out. Maybe debuff needs to be shorter. That'd be interesting. Yeah, like what is it now? 8 seconds? I don't actually know.
Witness radiance.
I think it should just be dispellable. I've been talking about this for years. I don't know why it can't be dispellable.
You cannot match my alacrity.
Like, even if you have to make it worse, then that's fine, but it just seems strange. Like, it's the only affix in the game that you have, like, basically no control over as a tank. And you know, everybody's like, just kite. It's like, okay, yeah, I could kite, maybe. Let's assume we can kite 100% of the time we're fighting trash. But that's not tanking, you know what I mean? Like, then I don't have threat, then the mobs are not getting interrupted, then like a bunch of other stuff is happening. It's just like so much to ask. So much to ask of a tank. To constantly have to worry about not being meleeed. I mean, that's your job. You're supposed to be meleeed. It's so bizarre how backwards the concept is.
My celerity is second to none.
The fact that it's not removable in any definitive way is so odd.
Servant of the jailer.
Oh. Almost walked right into Soga down there. Care. Make sure we don't do that.
From the shadows, I witness your demise. My celerity.
If it's dispellable, then it will be a non-affix. No, like I mean, like raging, right? Raging is not a non-affix. There's got to be some way you can remove it. There's got to be some way other than not be in melee. Wait, what?
We sacrifice because we must.
What are you doing?
Mortal burdens would only impede our sacred duty.
No, it was a mortal who exposed the folly of your edicts.
Anyway, well, just make it dispel like 10 stacks each time. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, it doesn't, maybe it needs a little more tuning, but the fact that nobody can remove it is really hard to believe. And the fact one Covenant can remove it, yeah, I mean, that's just the Covenant system. Have you tried bear tanking? No, I haven't tried bear tanking at all this season. What else? Maybe on hard weeks like this, allow us to get extra time from kills. Doesn't AMS work on Necrotic? No, it's... Oh my god, what is going on? Because they fucking pulled Sogadon for some reason. Fucking game, man, it's insane. Actually insane. They made all the useful stuff in Kyrian or Venthyr, did they? Ouch. You wish. What's up? He came to check up on you. This game just... Find ways to amuse me. Just tuned in. Keys going well like yesterday. Going slightly better, I guess, so far. Another downgrade coming, but at least we'll finish this one, I guess.
Take the beast's power.
I've never seen that happen before. I've never seen like a group. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. You have to admit, yesterday was quite funny. Yeah, there was some interesting moments for sure. They shouldn't allow it on fortified weeks. They aggroed Sogadon and took the angel to you. Yes. Talent. No, that didn't take any talent. Hey, Sarah. Speaking of talent, welcome. And before Warrior forgets Spear, it looked like he was going to again, yeah. The Legend of the Flying Sogadon. That's so funny, man. When the Warrior started criticizing your paneling in the room, I didn't think you could take an angel in combat. What probably happened was the healer was the one who came over here. He probably just had HOTS or something on the person who died to Sogadon, and then that put him in combat after Sogadon, or after the guy died, you know?
A great evil.
Have you watched Attack on Titan? Great question. I actually did watch it a long time ago. Me and Simo, actually. He got me into it. But I haven't watched it in a very long time. I think there was like 2 seasons when I just stopped watching it, and then I remember trying to catch up on like the 3rd season or something, but I did follow it because the story is actually very interesting to me. I really like the concept of the story, so I remember reading like all the manga or whatever it was to catch up on the actual story, but I haven't watched the anime in years. Why do you ask about that? Attack on Titan was like the quintessential, like, the start of this is like the best idea I've ever seen in literature, and the end of this is so fucking convoluted, it's hard to remember the start. It feels like Game of Thrones in that way, honestly. But I don't know much about what's happening with it now. I'm just watching it now. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I accidentally spoiled a little bit there, but it's very, yeah, it's like quite modern too. Like, I don't know. Feels very well done. You're still golfing, correct. Hopefully we'll continue to golf as the season progresses into fall. I got a bunch of long pants and stuff, so. No, I get what you're saying about it already. I'm about to start season 3. Oh, okay, yeah, you're, yeah, so you're already past. Basically, like, once season 2 starts, it's like, wait, what the fuck is going on? I don't know how far, like, these big breaks happen in the story, but, like, it starts getting really strange. Like, it's like, wait, what the actual fuck? This was, like, it almost makes me think, like, whoever wrote this shit was like, oh, I have this fucking awesome idea. Oh, but how are you gonna finish it? Oh, I have no idea. That's what it felt like to me. It was like, this story was written off, like, the most interesting premise I think I've ever seen. And then it's like, oh, yeah, but how do we close this story? Oh, right, fuck, we don't have any good ways to do that. I think that's what it felt like. I don't know. It's interesting, though.
All who oppose us will be destroyed. None may stand against the Paragon.
Evangelion vibes. See, I've never really watched anime, to be honest. The only reason I watched that was because at the time Siler was really big into it, and he got SEMO addicted to it, and then he got me into it, I guess. So. It's just like a bunch of people I knew were watching it, so I was like, okay, I'll watch it. It did seem like when I was told what it was, I was like, holy fuck, that sounds amazing. And it was, to be honest. It was very interesting. But then, like, the longer it goes, the weirder it gets, pretty much. The story writing weird, not like the plot weird. Like, the plot's whatever. But, like, the way it's approached. The way, like, I don't know. I don't want to say too much. That Locke really likes to lay down, yeah. Did we just let one hit? Oh, hey Metro, I usually don't get a chance to watch live, but I enjoy your content. You have helped me with my own tanking, and I started doing Mythic with Season 2. Up to 7s and 8s now. Oh, let's go, man. Congrats. Let me know if you have any questions. This guy has now died 7 times. I've only died 1 time. That's surprising. Locks can be sleepy. Can't be helped. It's that demonic blood. Yes. You're right, actually, about this. The lock gear is probably red. Oh, the lock gear. Yeah, maybe. Someone dropped an orb in BFE. Yep. He has 15k health. You're right. His gear's entirely broken. Are you, like, actually playing the game with your gear broken? Surely what didn't just break now. Like, why would you even take the res? He's still like over there trying to do damage too. It's like, what do you? I know he's just over there. If Warlocks only had some kind of mobility like Demonic Gate. Are you Does he not realize his gear's broken?
Many wares.
These guys are like, oh my god, this might be like the most clueless group I've played with. Guess I'll just get him myself. That lieutenant more than likely wrecked his cloth. Sorry, didn't notice. What a strange game. On the bright side, these mobs shouldn't ever be a threat. Mist is the last dungeon I need to time 20. Do you recommend Shroud skipping the first ad at the start? Yeah, if you have a rogue, yeah, definitely I would recommend that. This might be like the most like oblivious group I've ever participated in a group with. Like they not actually. I mean, like all the bizarre ass mistakes that has gone on in this dungeon. We fucking somebody just pulls Sogadon. Like, what are you doing? We're skipping it.
The Mars dark magic coalesces here. Remove it at the source.
It's funny to think about that. When you or I repair, they just gotta like hammer in the dents in our armor, right? But Jeeves gotta act like a sewing kit. Yes, no, you're right actually. It's a good point. I always wondered how that functions. Ours have like, yeah, little notches, maybe some buffing to get the paint back to normal. But, yeah. It's a good point. How is this a 20 key? Great question.
As
This
I
guy's
peered
2200.
into Uther's
Oh, he's almost
memories,
23.
what I saw shook
Most
me
people are
to the
pretty good
core.
though.
But you refuse to see the truth.
At least they should be
that the
doing 20s, it
path
looks
is
like.
flawed, that we serve a lie. And so, I listened
Mage
to the
DPS
teller's
is cut
words.
gear.
I learned of
Mage
the great
DPS is cut
injustice
gear is
you
red.
and the others
Hi
thrust
chat, Miss
upon
Sarah,
me,
Mr. Metro,
and
how are we
upon
all
us
today, I
all.
hope? Hey Theo, what's up, mate?
He
I'm
seeks
alright,
to
I suppose.
free us from the prison we have built for ourselves.
They have to be trolling. I don't even get this type of players doing 18 on Alliance and EU. Oh, Alliance, yeah.
And I
Yeah, I
mourn
guess that
all
seals the deal then.
betrayal.
If you don't get them on Alliance, then this is definitely a trolling group. It's honestly, legitimately, this might be the, might be the strangest group. I don't know. I probably said that before, but we had somebody just pull Sogadon when it was like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's pretty obvious that I intended to skip that. Oh, what the fuck is this now? Oh my god, what is happening? Watching your streams, I am always in awe how often DPSers just seem to wing it and get their score by grouping / keys where the stars align. That's so common. Yep, 100%. When it rains, it pours. Yeah, that's probably true where you live. Wait, Alliance still exists? It does, yeah. It's good for leveling challenges. What a Clown Fiestas, Laughing Face, Permadeath Lock, Flying Sogo, and Double Pull Angel. This key is awesome. It is a very unique key. Time for a disband? Oh, if it disbands now, I mean, that would be embarrassing as shit. Just spend an hour with all this nonsense, I'm sure. Disbanding now would not be in the cards. Come on, die, die, die. Yeah, I don't do any damage. Okay, successfully did not die. After the puzzle boss, do the maze doors all open? I've seen people backtrack to get more count, but the camera angle didn't show me how. It does, but you cannot backtrack to get more count. They go away. After the boss dies, that's it. They go away. The audio is cutting in and out. Is that my phone or the stream? Your phone. So, yeah, it's definitely there's a lot of reported issues recently, but on my end, there is no issues from what I can tell. I wish I had a better angle on some of these things because these things are like very odd and I don't know how they're happening. They keep happening every few minutes here. What about running down the side instead of jumping down the waterfall? Is that still possible? I've never done it before, so I have no idea. Have it on my desktop and the stream is fine. Sweet.
May I tempt you with my wares?
He sells food and stuff too. Yeah, it's that the phone network decompression rate can't keep up with the high quality content. Oh yeah, maybe that's what it is. Alright, we are in the home stretch now. What other hilarity could ensue? I don't know if there's any left. Maybe somebody falls off? Never seen that before. That might be one to take a look at. A little late on the spear, but better late than never, as they say. Someone will grab the spear and miss. That could happen. That's actually not that ridiculous, though. That does happen. What's he doing? That's not a good spot at all. Latsu's brother walked off. He was the tank. Oh.
Metro, what do you think is the best healer for
from
Mythic Plus? Blood Death Knight.
Thanks. Welcome back, buddy. Glad to have you back. What about people dying to charge? That's pretty normal too, to be honest. If you fall off during boss, pretty sure an angel catches you. Oh yeah. Well, that's nice of them. Oh cool, we just battle res this guy after dying to... That's a really great battle res. Yeah, this is definitely the most oblivious group I've ever been a part of. There's no doubt. It's really just two guys. I don't even know what the healer's contribution is in all this, but... I have to say, the healer has to take some of this blame, because if you ever take the angel while somebody is fighting a lieutenant and then snap it, it's like, wow, that's pretty bad.
5, 4,
With your spear
3,
in hand,
2,
I will take
1.
the aid of the forsworn paragons to lead the Kyrian.
The jailer has twisted your mind, Devos. You must be stopped.
This spear
No
shall
matter the
pierce
cost.
your heart.
Run away, little girl.
MDI strats with the lieutenant snap? Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could have combined 2 lieutenants there. Oh, that would have been interesting. Well, that's what I should do. We should pull Sogadon and then take the angel and have him snap up there, and then I'll pull the fire guy.
Spear shall pierce your heart.
Incinerator Varuth, or whatever that name is. The healer's like sole job is to be aware, so I would say he shoulders some blame. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
The Archon spear is mine to wield.
What a fancy bunch of lads.
The winds howl in rage.
Speaking of fancy lads, did you see that UFC card this weekend? What's that guy's name? Paddy Pimplett. You guys see this dude? That dude's gonna be... I'm not taking it. When do you guys do it? Next up, healer dies outside the immunity bubble. Okay, we did it. Patty the Batty. Yeah, dude. That dude is actually a very interesting human being. Oh no, it's like when you got on the snapping kick in BFA. Snap everything. Yeah, I remember that actually. We were snapping the lieutenants or whatever, the corruptors, what were they called? He is awesome. Yes, because you had to run anyway, so I thought it was fun.
This spear shall pierce your heart.
I hope a guy like that stays healthy, because I feel like he lives a...
I will strike
He does
you
some things
down.
that make me think he's gonna get injured. And hopefully that won't happen. There was like a kid in a candy shop. Yeah, I remember that. It was fun. I like the mage's name. I haven't seen anyone named Maurice since Maurice Mo Cheeks from the 76ers, right?
Oh, I will strike you down.
Okay, there's another bingo card check mark. Priest dies outside the bubble. Good thing we battle res the warrior on trash. That was productive. Alright, oh, okay, so now we battle res.
Spear is mine.
So now we don't have a healer. Holy fuck, this is actually the worst group. Wow.
The winds howl in rage.
Mortals!
man. What happens if you fall off? Let's find out. You can't fall off? Nope, that guy fell off. You were a very patient man considering such a run. I mean, this is better than anything we had yesterday. Where do you find these guys? They're in the group finder. Oh, and now it's a disband. Okay.
So ends the
All right.
Archon's misguided reign.
Hey guys, welcome on YouTube watching this in post. What the f is going on? Well, alright. That was definitely the most interesting key I've done all season, I feel like. I don't know.